it's Holly here from Your Past is a Gift. Okay, so in the previous video I was talking about how I've spent almost 2 weeks in the hospital, okay, with this incredible intense chest pain that came on 3 Fridays ago. Anyway, as I had the first week in the first hospital, and I found towards the end all they were doing was managing my pain, but they weren't really looking, at resolving it, at healing it, at doing anything new, to fix the problem that I had. So by the end of that week, because the city for us is quite far away from where we live, I discharged myself. They actually tried to discharge me on the Thursday. I went in on Sunday and they tried to discharge me on Thursday. And I said to the doctor, but I'm still in pain. You guys are still managing my pain. You haven't fixed it, but you want to send me home. And I live over an hour away from here. And they were like, yep. So I was getting everything ready to go. And they were giving me these other painkillers to take at home. And as I'm waiting for them to give me the medication and everything to go home with, the pain hit. And they gave me the drugs that I was supposed to take at home. And an hour later, I was still in agony. And I said to them, I can't manage this with this tablet at home. I can't deal with this. I'm just going to end up, and I'm lucky because I was going to surprise everyone at home. I was going to catch the train. And this pain would have hit on the train. And chances were I would have passed out again from the pain, because it's so intense. And so it was really lucky that it hit there. And I said to the nurse, well, I can't go. I can't leave here because I can't stand the pain. So eventually they put me back on the morphine, gave me another bed. But then from the Thursday to Saturday, all they were doing was just giving me painkillers the whole time. They were just trying to manage the pain, but not trying to fix it. So by the end of that week, because I was so far away, my husband came in to see me, on the Saturday, because it was the weekend, and I discharged myself that morning. I had just had the painkillers an hour previously to when my husband showed up and the doctor showed up, and I said, because I knew that would last me at least 5 or 6 hours, so I discharged myself. I said, I'm going home because you're not doing anything more to fix it. They did lots of tests in the beginning and they couldn't find, the root of it. So I went home, and of course, about 4 hours later, I was in the local hospital, and then I've been there until yesterday. I just came home yesterday, so I was almost there a full week as well at the local one. But at least there, they did the last test, the endoscopy, where they go in and they look with the little camera and the little, they did everything they could to find the answers, of what was wrong. And funny enough, they did that and there was nothing. So I've come home, I was pretty scared because I thought, well, there's no answers for my pain. I've just suffered these 3 weeks with this excruciating pain, and there's no answers except that when I do my blood tests, my liver apparently is deranged, whatever that means. They're just, off the charts, the liver function. But there isn't really anything they can give me for that. So I kind of slowly, over the days as I've been in hospital, had to manage that slowly coming down. Apparently that's getting better, but I feel like it's a big wake-up call, to be stuck in hospital for 2 weeks, that you can't do anything. You can't but lie on the bed, and the halls are so short to do a walk, and all these things. But even so, I was so weak, because especially towards the end of that first week in the first hospital, I found that the pressure would build up and it would be so intense and so great that my food would just come up. I would have to throw up. I couldn't even keep food down towards the end of it. And over the 2 weeks, I've lost 7 kilos. Just those 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks. So, it's been incredible. But I think, sometimes your body will do that to you. If you're not kind to your body, if you're not taking care of it, if you're not nourishing it, with the right food, with what it needs, you know, to be optimal, like to function at its best, your body eventually will tell you. You know, I got to a day there where I had someone in the bed next to me that had had her gallbladder taken out while I was there. And she was very overweight, you know, and then she'd go out to have cigarette breaks. You know, she'd come back smelling of cigarette. And for that one day, I was so angry because I thought, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I thought, and I've never let myself get overweight. I've never been more than 5 kilos over my, you know, my best weight, what my weight should be for my height, you know. So I was kind of angry. And I thought, there's so many people that really abuse their bodies and they put all this crap in it, you know, and I get to suffer the same. And it just felt so unfair at the time, on that day, you know. But then I look at it, and every body is different. Every individual body is different and can manage with different things. You know, how many of us have heard of people that have smoked until they're 90 or 100 and been fine, you know, never a problem? Or have had alcohol, you know, like drink a lot of alcohol till they're 100 and they're fine. And that's okay. But for whatever reason, as I started to look at it and I started to analyze it, I really started to look at these last couple of years, you know, that I've lived. And I've realized how much stress mentally, you know, and emotionally I've put into my body, worrying about things, worrying about bills, or worrying about work, you know, about how to make more money so that, you know, we'll cover all the bills, all this stuff. And then there was also, earlier in the year, there was a day where, you know, my husband went in for a normal procedure that so many people do. You know, everyone comes in and out, no problem. His went wrong. He ended up in the hospital and I almost lost him. There was one day where he went white as a sheet, blood pressure totally dropped. And I'm standing there and the room's filling up, you know, with all these nurses and doctors and all this stuff, all this equipment started coming in, and I'm freaking out thinking, wow, what if that's it? You know, what if that's it? My last day to be with him. And so many days you go back in your head, but you know, you grumble about so many silly things, you know, and you complain about so many silly things. And I thought, oh, it wasn't worth it. Now, looking at him in this moment, I thought, you know, all those things just didn't mean anything, you know. But there was that, you know, that I found quite stressful. And then, as I've said in previous videos, I lost a friend this year as well. She passed away, and I found that quite sad for me, you know. In me, I've cried a lot, and I really found it hard, you know, to deal with that. But only because she was so young, you know, and she was so beautiful. But I think more than what we put in, more than the food, more than the alcohol, more than the cigarettes, is the stress that we put on ourselves and what that does to our body. You know, having to deal with working in this stress all the time, and the organs still trying to work, and the blood still trying to move around, you know, and there's this tension all the time. We create that with our minds. So I think these people that have lived to be so old and have smoked their whole lives have been stress-free. You know, they're just, yeah, it's all good. You know, not worried about anything, nothing. You know, our body works completely different when it's relaxed compared to when it's, you know, totally stressed out or freaked out, or you're always on the run. You know, no, there's no stop. There's no rest for this poor body. So think about that today, you know. What are you doing with your body? Are you taking care of it? You know, because there was a lady in the first hospital, and I was talking to her and I said, we only get the one body, you know, and we're in charge of this body. So if we don't take care of it, who's going to do that for us? You know, it's our job. We only get the one. This is mine. It's nobody else's, this body. So if I don't take care of it, if I don't take care of my heart, if I don't take care of all my organs that work so hard every day to keep me alive, who's going to do that? So think about that today. Think about your body. It's yours. It's your responsibility. fun. Think about that today. Oh, my darling. I love you guys. Take care. Remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, guys. Bye for now.